But in the world of nanomachines, nature is still king.
Some of the most fascinating things that we see on the nanoscale are the machines that nature builds on the nanoscale. Nature makes rotors and motors and things that operate on this length scale of a few nanometers by making protein assemblies and that have these interesting nanomechanical properties. If you look at the flagellum of a bacterium, it's a little nanoscale motor, and it has bushings and all kinds of little pieces inside there that is built very differently than the way we make ours. And they have some other tricks we're trying to decipher.
But along with its promise of a bright new future, nanoscience brings with it a share of risks and fears. In December 2006, the city of Berkeley amended its hazardous materials law to include nanoparticles, making it the only local government in America to regulate nanotechnology.
We know that nanoscale materials can enter inside cells, and we know that that could have consequences for health. And so it's incumbent, it's really required that we do research to understand what is the nature of the interaction between new engineered artificial nanoscale materials and living systems, not just cells, but whole living beings.
I think when you understand what kind of impact nanotechnology could have on some of the global problems, such as global warming, disease, clean water, and so forth, I think that inaction is actually the unethical standpoint. I think stasis is unethical in this case.
These advances that we're describing today are really key to achieving health and to achieving sustainable energy technology, the big issues of our day in many ways. And so I think every member of the public has an obligation to try to learn a little bit about these things so that they can participate in that debate in a meaningful way.
I want to be a farmer. want to tell you, originally when I was invited to speak here, and some of you may have even remembered some of the old advertisements, I was going to talk about the subject of biotechnology and transhumanism. Biotech, of course, being one of the emerging fields of science that transhumanists, which is also an emerging, relatively new field of philosophy, but it's not the lunatic fringe. Of course, some of the lunatic fringe are part of it, and I guess one could argue that even those who are among the academics in the universities are also lunatics. But there's a great deal of PhDs behind this movement today, and law schools and laws that are being formed, because these people imagine using now these emerging fields of science, biotechnology, nanotechnology, neuropharmacology, genetic engineering, artificial intelligence, mind uploading, mind downloading, RFID implant technology. They imagine using these fields of science in order to alter what it means to be a human. They really do view this as the next step in human evolution. And that through the adaptation of these new fields of science, they are transhumans en route to becoming post-humans, even to altering our DNA, literally rewriting what God made, so that eventually we will have a post-human species that they see really on the near horizon. And even some of the peer-reviewed journals, and then even some of the more, I guess, sexier forms of media are talking about how within even the next 10 years we will have the first truly transhuman species walking among us. We're already seeing this at the embryonic level. It's already happening with genetically modified crops.